Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 4 of Gone But Never Forgotten. With me this week, as always, is my beautiful wife, Julie. How are you doing?
Hi, guys. I'm doing good today. I am excited to get another word out and talk about a new case.
As always, we must advise that the content of this podcast is not for everyone, and we do cover themes that are not for the faint at heart. Listener discretion is advised.
This week's episode is going to be heart-wrenching. Not to say that all episodes of unsolved murder and missing people are not, but definitely when the content matter is a young child, that makes things increasingly difficult for us to relay the message, and of course, for you, the listener.
This week's episode is about Tatianna Cuevas, a young girl who has been missing since she was 5 years old, July 29th, 2018. She is 7 years old today. This case has been classified as a non-custodial parental abduction. If you would like to be a part of the movement to try and gain visibility for Tatianna and her case, please post something and use the hashtag #HelpFindTatianna. There is also a GoFundMe to help aid Tatianna's mom raise money to help her hire a private investigator.
At the time of her disappearance, Tatianna was 4 feet, 80 pounds, and had black hair and brown eyes.
I think that this story jumped out at me a little bit because in many ways the reality of what is alleged to have happened in this case hits very close to home. Thankfully, we have never had to live through this and hopefully never will, but I think that the fears are very real and very evident for anyone who has children that are part of a broken or blended family.
Nearly 3 years ago, Kristen Allen, Tatianna's mother, became a victim of something that no parent should ever have to endure. July 29th of 2018, Tatianna left on vacation with her father, and now, nearly 3 years later, she has yet to return. Allegedly, he has kidnapped Tatianna, and their trip to Europe that was only to be for a brief time stretches on.
For listeners who perhaps are not as familiar with custody orders and all of that, I did think that it would be pertinent for us to explain a bit about what custody entails. Maybe you could share for a moment, Julie. What does custodial versus non-custodial parent mean exactly? What are some of the restrictions?
So, custodial versus non-custodial is a big thing of options here, but I think the main thing is who has control over the decisions that are made for the child and who does not. So having custody or being the custodial parent means that you can make the decisions. You have the last word when it comes to things about your child. If you're the non-custodial parents, you don't have those choices or those opportunities to make those choices. So, of course, it goes a little bit deeper depending on everyone's situation and, if there's split custody here and that. But if you have no custody, you don't have a right to make any decisions about the child.
Okay, that makes sense. I think that summed it up pretty good. Kristen Allen, Tatianna's mother, and John Varga Cuevas, Tatianna's father, went through a difficult relationship, with John having been emotionally and verbally abusive to Kristen. That was followed up by a very contentious custody battle in which Kristen became the custodial parent to Tatianna, meaning that she lived with her mom but did have visitations with her father.
As you may be aware, a parent wishing to travel outside of Canada with his or her child must first obtain consent to do so from the child's other parent, unless the other parent is also accompanying the child or there is a court order dispensing the consent of the other parent. This is true regardless of whether the parents are married, unmarried, separated, or divorced. Even those with sole custody must obtain consent from the child's other parent before the child may travel abroad. The necessary travel consent must be in writing, and it is best to have the document notarized.
Even though John had a history of withholding Tatianna, even requiring emergency orders to have her return to Kristen legally in Canada, John would be able and was able to remove Tatianna from Canada as long as he provided a full itinerary to Kristen and she signed off on the trip. Tatianna's mother did have full custody of Tatianna as of August 2017. In this case, with guidance from her lawyer pertaining to litigation that could be forthcoming if she denied the trip, and against her better judgment, Kristen signed off on the vacation with the written understanding that Tatianna would return to Brampton, Ontario, and her mother on August 12th of 2018.
A few days before Tatianna was to leave for Europe with John, Kristen recalls that Tatianna wrote a message on one of the doors of the house that read, "I love you. You're the best mom." Tatianna was always leaving notes and drawings for her mom, but this one still stands today as a reminder to her that her daughter loved her and that she will come home again.
When John was preparing for the trip, he provided the itinerary to Kristen and even provided her with a WhatsApp phone number that he would be reachable on for the duration of the trip. Kristen recalls that on the day of the trip, she missed a call from John at that number and then was never able to connect with him again. When Kristen reached out again on the day that John and Tatianna were to return, she gave him the benefit of the doubt and figured that perhaps there was a mix-up with flights or dates. However, after 2 days had passed without word, she filed a police report on August 14th of 2018.
On August 21st, 2018, a Canada-wide warrant was made for the arrest of John as he was in contravention of a court order. Cuevas is also the subject of an international warrant with Interpol. In November of 2018, John and Tatianna were known to have landed in France, but that is their last known whereabouts officially. There have, however, been sightings of the pair in Paris, France, Budapest, Hungary, Dubai, and Nigeria. John has been known to use the names of Juan and Carlos, and the last sighting reported of the two was on August 4th, 2018.
Obviously, looking for a man and a child is like looking for a needle in a haystack, even when the scope of the search is small. In this case, having been nearly 3 years, the pair could be going by any names and could be anywhere in the world. The Peel Police, the RCMP, Interpol, Global Affairs Canada, and many charitable organizations are working together to try and get Tatianna home safely and as soon as possible.
As frightening as it could be to think about, Tatianna could have been told any number of lies about her mom to get her to be more amiable to her situation. The most important thing here is that John has chosen a life for Tatianna on the run that is not ideal for her and that is clearly going to be harmful to her in so many ways. My prayer is that Tatianna, as she gets older, will find social media, will find some way to see that her mom is still alive and well, and still hold vigil that the knowledge that Tatianna will return home and be with her family.
Of note, John would often call Tatianna Bibi or Bijou, and odds would be, Kristen believes, that this would be how he would introduce his daughter now, to be familiar but not give away her real name.
Detective Constable Roy Fernandez says that Peel Police continue to work hard with everyone involved in the investigation, but that the main difficulty here is that there are many different legal systems and many different avenues just to be able to attempt to get information. He also noted that COVID-19 has made this even more difficult.
From the St. Catharines Standard, Lindsay Lobb of missingkids.ca, a program of the Canadian Centre for Child Protection, said child abduction investigations can become particularly difficult in instances where a child is located in a country that is not affiliated with the Hague Convention on the Civil Aspects of International Child Abduction, a multilateral treaty developed to assist in the return of abducted children.
When you go from country to country, one of the big issues has been whether or not a country is signatory to The Hague. Not all countries are signed on or in agreement with, Loeb said. Even the ones who are, because it's an international convention, there are complexities to it. It doesn't always see the outcome parents are hoping for in terms of the return of the child.
In a perfect world, everyone would work as one and would spread the word, the photos, and the heartbreaking story of Tatianna and her disappearance. However, as Kristen is finding out, bureaucracy and red tape is hard to get through. Governments, police forces, independent organizations, all of them can only do so much. If you are listening to this podcast, I implore you, throw up some tweets, some social media posts, what have you. Let's get this story pushing and trending again. Every little post could be the one that works. Use the hashtag #HelpFindTatianna and Tatianna Cuevas so that someone, maybe even Tatianna, can see that we are all looking for her to return home. We will post our show poster on all of our social media if you just wish to share and post. We also will have a link in to a YouTube video in our show notes that shows some impassioned pleas from friends and family for Tatianna.
If you are out there and you know the whereabouts or even the possible whereabouts of John Varga Cuevas or Tatianna Cuevas, we are sitting here right now and talking to you. It doesn't matter if you think that John was given a raw deal. It doesn't matter if you think that perhaps for some reason or another you think that John deserves to be with his daughter. What is best for Tatianna is to be with her mother, and what is best for Tatianna is to live as close to a normal life as possible, as with any child. Imagine if this was a child of yours or a child of someone that you love that had been kidnapped, taken away. Would you not want anyone with information to come forward? There are many ways that you can come forward with information and even still protect your own identity. Call 21 Division at 905-453-2121 or Peel Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-8477 or by visiting www.peelcrimestoppers.ca.
It's time for Tatianna to come home. John Vargas at the time of disappearance was 39 years of age. He was 5'8" and 160 pounds. He had black hair and brown eyes. I want to take a moment to appeal to John here also. John, I'm not sure if you will listen to this podcast, but I do know that odds are pretty good you have read the newspaper articles and you have done your best to try and stay up on the search, on details, and everything that goes with it. I want to appeal to you as a father. Tatianna is your daughter, and she will always be your daughter. I know that perhaps you feel like you were wronged by the system, and I cannot even begin to understand what it feels like to have parental rights taken away from you. However, I want to strike that home to you. This is your daughter. Regardless of what you think or what your motives are, this is not the life that you would wish upon her. Every child definitely needs a father or a father figure, but every child also needs the loving embrace of their mother. Do what is right. Make a phone call. Send an email. Let someone, somewhere, know where Tatianna is. She deserves to have her family. She deserves to be home.
In closing for this story, I will leave with a quote from Kristen. There is no amount of time that could pass that would make you being gone easier or acceptable to anyone. Your disappearance has left family, friends, and members of the community with sorrow, and the only remedy is to have you returned. There may be a distance between us, but the love we're connected by will never fade.
So before I wrap up the episode, I know there's not a ton of information. This is just something that I really wanted to share the story. Obviously, there's probably hundreds and thousands of stories that are like this, but what did you think, Julie? What tugs on your heartstrings here?
I think this is a great case to share because I think a lot of people can relate to that in this case, in this situation, some way or another. Whether you're, relating to the father in this situation or you're relating to the mother, we won't know fully what happened until she comes home. We don't know why John did this. We don't know what happened. We can only hope that he made that decision out of love for Tatianna. He just loved her so much and he wanted to see her. We hope, we hope and pray that is the reason. But taking these drastic measures by just leaving, it doesn't give you a good image, and now everybody's worried, and so it's just sad, and I think a lot of us, it's definitely our worst fear. But I'd be interested to see what happens and learn more about this once she comes home. So I'd like to see all sides of the story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, being that I do a lot of the research, or most or all of the research, I guess I know a little bit more, and like I know that the relationship between Kristen and John was definitely hard, and I know that John, you know, had issues with things that happened after the court and after the trial. So, like you say, it's definitely one of those situations where I do want to hear every side of this story.
The full story, yeah.
Exactly, yep. So I think we'll leave it there. What I'm going to do here at the end of the episode is I'm going to leave you, the audience, with audio from a YouTube video that Kristen Allen posted for Tatianna, showing how much she is loved and how much she is missed. I'm also going to add the video link into the show notes so that you can see the video as well as hear it if you like. I do know that some of the audio is quiet and some of it's loud, so just bear with it, give it a listen. It definitely gave me chills and tore at my heart, you know, to see these people that are all missing Tatianna. Mm-hmm. So, I guess, unless you have anything to add...
Nope, just let's share this information and get this little girl home.
Amen. I think that's a good way to end the episode. Thank you, everyone, for listening once again to Gone, But Never Forgotten.
Hi, Tatiana. This is Grandma. I'm standing at work. I'm standing right next to my locker, and your picture is right there on my locker. Okay. Just wanted to let you know that Grandma misses you so much. I miss our shopping trips. I miss having you sleep over. Grandma just misses her princess, and Grandma just wants you back. So if you're able to hear this message and you can speak with somebody to get a hold of your mom, please do so, Tatiana, because Grandma and everybody else misses you and wants you back. I love you so much. Okay, Tatiana? Grandma's looking forward to having you back. We'll see you.
Hi, Tatiana. It's Uncle Adrian. I just want to say I miss you and I love you. See you soon.
Hey, Tat. How are you doing? I hope you're okay. We miss you so much. I love you very much. I hope you're okay. I'm praying for you a lot. And I just want to say that you're amazing. You're beautiful. And I hope that we see you soon. We love you so much. And we're praying that you will return home safe and sound and soon, because we need you here. We love you, and I hope that you're okay. Mwah.
My name is Athena, and I want you to come here safely and play with our toys. I'm down here and do joy. My name is Zachary, and hope you come safely here and play around with our toys.
Hi, Tatiana. This is Ovina, Xander, and Zachary, and we all are anxiously waiting for you to come home safe, and we pray in Jesus' name that you come home safe soon, because everyone misses you. Bye.
I miss you, Tatiana. I hope you come back soon so we can have lots of play dates, go to the park, have picnics. I can play with your toys and you can play with my toys, and we could ride our bikes and go to the park and go to the same school. I love you and I miss you. I hope I see you soon. Bye. My toy. Thank you for riding my bike. Thank you for going to Canterbury Park. Thank you for going to the park. Thank you for going back to home.
Hi, Todd. It's Auntie Elena. Just wanted to let you know that I miss you so much, and I can't wait for you to come back. I have so much that we're going to do. We're going to go to the park a lot, and we'll read your favorite books.
And Auntie has more books for you to read. You can read to me. And everybody home here misses you and loves you so much and can't wait for you to come back home. So, Tat, I love you. And I will see you when you get back. We'll hang out, spend a lot of good time together. Okay? Love you.
Hi, Tatiana. I just want to tell you that I miss you. And that I think about you all the time. I can't wait to see you again. It's been hard without you. And I just can't wait to have you home. I can't wait to see you play with Lincoln. And just be your happy self. Anyway, I love you. And we'll see you later.
Tatiana, it's Nadine. And this is my new baby, Reeve. You haven't met him yet. So you need to come back home as soon as possible and meet him so you guys can have a good time together and hang out. You, Remington, Lincoln, and Reeve, okay? We miss you, Tatiana, and I hope you're doing well, okay? Call mommy. Call mommy. Hey, Tati, call mommy. I love you. Bye, Tati. Say bye, Reeve. Say bye. I want to meet you soon. Bye, girl.
Hi, Tatiana. It's Miss Wilson from Folkestone School. We're missing you at Folkestone, all your kindergarten friends. Here they are. Here's a picture. Remember all your friends? Cushy, Michael, Jacob, Karina. They're all missing you in grade 1, and they hope you come home soon. They want to see you before the school year's out. So be safe and come back soon so we can see you at Folkestone. We miss you very much. Bye. Hope to see you soon. Bye, Tatiana.